What up, Misfits? Welcome to the Misfit Heroes podcast. My name is Chris, and together we are going on a journey. Now, today I'm going to give you the deets on the best budget microphones for podcasting that I think are actually worth the money.
Playing the Misfit Heroes podcast.
A lot of y'all have asked me, hey, what's the best setup for podcasting? And if you don't know anything about sound quality or audio engineering and how microphones work, it can be pretty simple to make the wrong choice. Before I drop all of this knowledge on you about microphones, let's talk about why you need a good mic to begin with. Now, previously in another episode, I did a video about how to start a podcast for free directly from your phone. Many people think that because they can start a podcast on their phone, that's going to suffice to get you started and just sound great for you out of the box.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I cannot believe.
Let's do a quick survey real quick. When was the last time you listened to a recorded phone call? For me, it was on the news listening to a 911 call. Remember how clear and not grainy at all that sounded? Would you want to listen to that for an hour at a time? No?
Everybody's so creative.
See how it sounds like you probably shouldn't do that? I call bad audio quality ear bleach. And if you wouldn't listen to a recording that sounds like somebody recorded it using a potato, then why would you expect anyone else to? That's why you need a quality microphone and audio setup. Now, it's important to note that these are my choices for the best budget microphone. If I had an unlimited budget, there would probably be some choices I might make differently in this arena. Like this $10,000 Telefunken Electroacoustic ELAM251T. With a name like Telefunken, it must be good, right? But with that being said, these choices I'm sharing are actually really solid, and a lot of them are used by a lot of big-name podcasters as their go-to mics. I've also conveniently linked them for purchase in the description and show notes below if you want to buy them. I also want to note that these mics are all dynamic cardioid microphones and are suited well for podcasting. The reason I chose these mics for podcasting is they all tend to block out room noise and provide the best bang for your buck in a room that is not audio treated. I've seen too many podcasters drop money on something like a Yeti Snowball and then be disappointed when they hear noise in their recordings from either their ceiling fans or heaters or even their computer for that matter. To demonstrate, listen to what happens on this dynamic cardioid mic when I pull my voice away from the mic. You can hear me well right now, but back here, you can't hear me as well over here. Makes a big difference. Other mics don't function this way, and I've heard noise from other rooms next door on a Yeti Snowball. Trust me, I chose these mics specifically to make your life as easy as possible when you're recording, and they're not just picks for podcasters. If you're a streamer or you make YouTube videos, these mics are all excellent choices, and I'd still recommend them for you as well. One last side note before we get to the mics. Now, all microphones in general could also benefit from being paired with an audio interface for the perfect audio quality setup. I'll make a list of my favorites of those in another video, but if you're looking to create the perfect audio setup and you want to get an overall total budget for your podcasting equipment, consider putting aside some more money for an audio interface as well. You definitely don't require one though, and many of these mics I've chosen give you options out of the box for recording on their own without any audio processing. All right, let's get to talking about talking. My first pick for budget-friendly mics is also the cheapest on this list. The Audio-Technica AT2020 USB. This is a USB condenser mic that plugs directly in your computer and is ready to roll right out of the box. Since it's a USB mic, it's simple to use and basically plug and play. The sound quality is great, and if you're on a budget, that $50 price point is definitely eye-grabbing. Now, one thing to note is that if you want to have more than one of these mics, like an in-person interview show like I do, you're going to need an audio interface that allows 2 USB mics. If you try to plug 2 of these into one computer, only one of them is going to work. And that tends to be the case for the majority of USB-connected microphones. But if you're going to be doing mainly remote recordings like online video calls, this mic will suit your needs well. This is a great choice for solo podcasters like True Crime or other types of podcasts that tend to be scripted. Okay, next up is kind of a go-to mic in the budget category. The Samson Q2U retails for $70 and has some solid features for a budget microphone. For $70, you get some features that are available in some of the much more expensive microphones on this list, and it's one of the most versatile microphones on the market. The Samson Q2U features an XLR connection for easy use at live recordings, as well as a USB connection to hook it up to your computer for an easy plug-and-play connection. It also features a headphone out so you can hear directly what you're recording as you're recording it. Now, in my opinion, this is a must for a good recording setup because many people, especially guests that don't have their own podcast, don't realize what tone and volume that they speak at, and they can speak very softly like this or loudly without knowing it.
How dare you! I have a voice-related medical condition.
It's a great feature. And this mic has been tested time and time again with tons of fans in the podcasting space. Definitely a quality choice. It's also worth noting that this one comes with a mic stand and some extra goodies as a package deal included in the box, so that's even more value. Next up is actually two options from the same manufacturer because their products are so solid and their company name is recognized so far and wide as a top contender in the audio production world that it just can't be overlooked. I'm speaking, of course, about Rode mics, and the two options I've chosen here are for two separate types of applications, but I think they're equally useful in the podcasting space. The Rode PodMic is a fantastic podcast microphone based on quality and looks alone, but the sound quality you can achieve from this mic fits a wide range of vocal types and will make you sound like a pro with minimal setup. There are two options, the XLR version for $99, or you can drop an extra 100 doll hairs.
I said doll hairs, psych.
And get the Rode PodMic USB at $199, which adds a USB Type-C connector and a headphone out so you can listen to yourself through headphones like some of the other choices here. Rode makes quality products that they stand behind, and even though these are considered budget models, either of these choices are no different. This mic also features an integrated pop filter to reduce plosives, which are those hard S, P, and B sounds that make a pop noise when you're talking on a mic. I don't even have that on my mic right here. This is an external pop filter I bought for like $5 on Amazon. So a built-in pop filter is definitely a built-in bonus. Now, Rode definitely pushes the XLR version at a lower price point because they want to push you over to using it with their Rodecaster Pro audio interface. But I've tested it with other audio interfaces from other brands, and the sound quality there was great as well. It's definitely a solid choice for upping your podcast audio game. And that leads me to what I consider the bread and butter of the podcast microphone game. Yes, it's the most expensive on this budget list. Yes, it can be a little bit more complicated. And yes, it may be more than what many podcasters need. But this mic is my favorite choice from this list, and I've actually got one sitting in my Amazon cart as I record this. The Shure MV7 is my top choice in this list because of how much bang for the buck that it offers. The MV7 is a mic you've seen in countless podcast studios from top podcasters around the world, and there's a reason, because it just offers so much. It's not just a podcast mic, if I'm being real. It offers a USB Type-C, headphone out, and XLR connection like some of the others that are on this list, but it also offers a lot more. There's this visual audio meter on top of the mic that tells you how your audio levels are sounding on the fly. It's got a touch sensor that you can adjust it with on the mic. If you're like most people and you don't record in a studio that's been sound treated, it's built for that. There's an included pop filter to combat those pesky plosives we were talking about. And there's a manual level mode as well as an auto level mode that checks the sound quality automatically as you speak. There's even an app that lets you adjust settings on the fly. And my favorite part about this mic is that you can hook it up to your smartphone with a USB Type-C connection. So if you're a TikToker or social media creator and you want quality sounds that sound better than that tiny millimeter-sized microphone on your smartphone, then this mic is a monumental upgrade for your setup. And that's why, at the heftiest price on this list of $249, this is still my choice for the best budget microphone available today. So, there you have it, my top choices for the best budget podcasting mics available today. I'm sure that some of you all are wondering about other mics that I didn't recommend. So, let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions and if you think that I missed something. And also, why you think your choice would be better than what I've said here. Now, get out there, get yourself a microphone, and start a podcast already. That's all I've got this week. If this helped you, please like and subscribe, and be sure to leave a rating and review of the show on Apple Podcasts and YouTube. And as always, be kind, love one another, and be a hero.